Hello and welcome. And I hope you're equipped with all that you need, which is your good self, your presence, a solid chair, and a strap of some kind, and perhaps a drink of water if you need a sip of water through the program. So I'm going to begin by setting the feet on the floor, setting the legs and the bum on the chair, and that alone gives us a sense of presence if we can actually feel what is touching the surface. It's our relationship to gravity. And I like to just feel that little grounding for a moment. So maybe you can close your eyes as you do that and feel the ground with your feet. And feel the firmness of the chair or the cushioniness of the chair on your legs and your bum. And then feel how your hands are placed. And they could be evenly placed on your legs, or you could have the hands to the belly, whatever feels just right for you right now. And if the hands are on the legs, are they palms down or palms up? Because that will change that feeling of grounding depending on if they're down or up. This incoming information bringing you into the here and now. And that might have brought some of your attention to your breathing. Without trying to control it or judge it, just observe its flow. And you might be observing whether the inhale or the exhale are equal, or if one is a little longer than the other. And again, you're not trying to control this, you're just watching, curious. And we'll begin a bit of movement with the breath. And this is just a nice sort of gentle, soothing action of combining breath and movement. So breathing in, let the shoulders rise up. And breathing out, let the shoulders sink down. Just in gravity alone, they'll come back down. You can trust that. At your pace, your breath, shoulders are up. And shoulders are down as you breathe out. Again, 2 or 3, 4 more times. Depends on your rate of breath. Hearing the sound of your breath. Soothing and releasing shoulder tension, neck tension. One more. And then we can do a little movement about unfolding of the hands and arms. So if the hands are down, that's a little more grounding. Fingers can feel the fabric of your clothes and underlying skin. And then as we breathe in, let the palms turn up. A more welcoming gesture as you breathe in. And exhale, grounding as palms are down. Try a few rounds of that at your breath. Inhale and the palms flip up. And exhale as the hands come down. Try that again. Start to be aware of, do other parts of the body want to shift as you open the hands up and ground the hands back down? Maybe you notice, for example, your spine or the position of your head as you do that. And if there are any of those little shifts, allow them to blossom like a flower. So I'm starting to notice that my heart and my head slightly want to lift as I open my hands, so my chest wants to lift a little. I hope that you're going somewhere into this delicious spinal movement that who needs me? You've got your own beautiful spine and you're like a blossom or a flower. Perhaps we have to think springtime and we're enjoying that beautiful movement of our spine, our hearts lifting and regrounding. And hopefully we've got lots of that happening now. And we can start to move that a little bit into a reach down. And now we're a little wilting flower or tilting flower as we start to move the spine sideways. Are we still feeling the air coming in and out of the nose? And we'll shift that a little. You can, of course, continue this if this is already just what you need, but otherwise we'll come into more of a goalpost arms and start to explore what if we reach one side a little up and a little down. And you're going to decide how much you want to go from this to a full reach. And again, up to you if you want to reach for the stars or to pick a flower. Opening into the side body. Oh, this feels so good. I just love it. Oh. One more. And then we're going to hold it and lean a little into there. I'm going to tap into my rib cage there. Maybe make a sound. So we're getting the breath and awakening into the diaphragm. Ah, feels good. Super, circle that all the way down, 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 down. And the other arm, if we can, we go up. If you can't, you can hold just a little to the side or see if you can reach over. Feel your breathing as you tap where the breathing muscles attached all along these lower ribs. Maybe make a sound. Ah. Good, good, good. Let that arm spiral all the way down. Super. We're going to do a nice little spiraling with the arm. So you can take the right arm and well, it's like a lasso. And you explore your lasso. If you have shoulder injuries, just circling the arm like you're just circling a plate in front of you. But if you have a little more option, you're welcome to polish your halo. I know you all have one. You can polish it the other way too. Be careful it doesn't slip out of place. We want it there all day, all week, and through 2024. Are we still breathing? And if I put a hand here, I can feel that my rib cage is moving. It's not just, the arm and the shoulder, but beautiful. Okay, just notice on that side, maybe take a nice deep breath in that side. Perhaps a little bit more volume when we free these structures. Shall we do the other side? So you can begin, and either way, you can start here and then start to increase your range of motion, and maybe you're polishing your halo and you can change your direction. So you explore your range of motion. We're all gifted with different options and joint situations to do the best for you today. Again, change its direction. And perhaps a hand giving you that feedback on the rib cage, diaphragm area, that there's movement here, stretching into your ribs, abdominals. Lovely. Okay. And then we'll sit a little bit further forward into the chair and just allow your arms to swing. So there's a difference here in a pendulum that you've set in motion than some sort of mechanical thing that's moving your arms hardly at all, right? So just let the pendulum swing. It's not about lifting your arms and lowering your arms. They're just going in motion. Feel your breathing. Can you switch it so one arm's forward and one arm's back? And again, effortless, like they're just going. You're not doing anything. Super. All right, bring that just gently to stillness, and we'll take the right arm, send that all the way up on the breath. Exhale it down. And again, let that arm right up on the breath. And exhale it down. Let's do the other side. Breathing in, arm rises, let it float. And bring it down. Breathing in, let that arm ride on the breath, it's light as a feather. Exhale, breathe. Let's try one more. Floating that arm up effortlessly and back down. Now we'll do both arms, breathing in, sending both arms reaching up, and exhale, float the arms down. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, float it down. Inhale, arms rise up, and this time we're going to fold all the way down, 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 reaching down toward the ground. Taking a nice deep breath in when we arrive there, feel the belly and the thighs connect. Exhale it out. And again, nice deep breath. You might even flutter the lips on the exhale. Ready to rise all the way up. Coming up, 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 up. Interlace the fingers, pointer fingers up, and see if you can make a circle. Feel your breathing working as you do this, and all of these are exercises here to sort of loosen up in the diaphragm, the abdominals, making space for breath, but also toning your abdominals. That's kind of nice too. Shall we circle the other way? Still feeling your breath. Your ribs have to move to breathe too. It's quite a challenge. Lovely. Release the arms out into goalpost arms. So turn your head to the right and check out, is your elbow in line with your shoulder, your wrist in line with your elbow? Now turn the head in the opposite direction. Check it out. Elbow, shoulder, shoulder and elbow and wrist. Super. Head back to center. Now just gently push the elbows back, opening the chest, and then bring the elbows in together. Breathing in to open. Breathing out, press back in. Breathing in to open. Press back in. One more to open. And then we can take the legs a little wider here, and we're in a seated goddess. Yes, you feel your goddess powers. And even if you're a charming gentleman, we want a little bit of balance in our goddess and, and more masculine parts here. All right, then we're going to reach it up. Pull down, reach and pull down, and bring that power, universe energy into your center, your solar plexus energy. Bring it back out, open out the fingers, your source of energy right here. Let's try that one more time. Open it out, goddess. Breath in, reach up. Pull that energy in. Fantastic. Shake it out a little, stamp it out a little. And we'll jump the feet in together. It's time to do a bit of rotation. So we've moved a little cat-cow, opening that way. We've done some side bending, but we haven't done any rotation. I think that's not a great idea. So the simplest form of rotation is to touch one hand to the opposite leg. And notice how your spine can turn to do that. And always setting, stages. Can I do this? Maybe I can kind of graduate a little to the next level, which would be, can I lift the knee, the leg, and turn a little more? Keep your breath flowing. And then we'll add a little more. So now the legs are going to be still, but we'll reach and rotate and pull back. So I'm reaching and pulling back. Keep the breath function going. Reach to different levels. And then if you want to add the lift of the leg again, so if I go to the right, I lift my right leg. If I go to the left, I lift my left. So it's all varying levels to get that rotation, to get the breath. And then we'll pause and take the seated twist. So now you twist your whole body to the right. You can hold on to the leg or the back of the chair. You can even press your hand into your leg a little. And then turn and use your breath. Feel the breath widening you as you breathe in and contracting your belly in as you breathe out. Feeling the breath move. Excellent. Come back into center and twisting the other direction. So now it's the breath work that's massaging the organs and all of the joints of your spine. Get that nice little stretch and an intake there of the circulation, vascular flow. Watching the breath move in and out. Excellent. Coming all the way back into center. Take your feet a little wider and give yourself a big circle. So I think somebody may not be muted there that's come in late, and it's giving a little feedback through your sound system. So if you just came in late, or Maggie, perhaps you can make sure that everyone is muted, because I can hear a little. I guess other people probably can too. Let's circle it the other way. Thank you for that. And I'm getting that lovely feeling that my belly is kind of getting a little bit more massage. That's good. Get the breakfast down, the lunch ready on its way. All right, let's bring it back into center. Bring the feet a little closer. And we'll take the right leg and we're going to pump a little bit here into the hip joint, feeling our foldability. And again, this is super for digestive system. It's a kind of a little variation of something in yoga called Upanasana, which is called wind relieving pose or bellows breath. Okay, shall we do that on the other side? As much as you can, press in. Try not to bend your back as you do this. This is purely a hinging at your hip joint. Super. Another way we can also get into the hip joint is when we fold our belly to our thighs, come all the way down. Fold in, but see if you can keep your head up, keep your head lifted for this one. And we're going to come up and come into a seated chair pose. So you're seated pretty much on the edge of your chair as much as you can. We'll reach it forward, hinging at the hips so it's not your back that's bending, and then coming back up. And we'll try that a few times. This is sort of precursor to getting up out of the chair, hinging, holding. And then bringing that back up. And then again, hinging, hinging, hinging. Feel your breath is still moving. And then coming back up. We're going to do a little variation on that, just so you can see. Hinging forward, hinging forward. So your weight is going to push on your heels now. And then push into your right heel a lot. And we'll come up. This time bring up your left knee. Down we come, hinge forward. Press more into your left heel, and then whoa, we're going to bring up the right knee. Okay, bringing that down, reaching it up, big stretch, interlace fingers if you can, push the palms up, big, big stretch. Maybe looking up to the ceiling. And releasing the wings all the way down and rolling the shoulders. So we're almost prepped to get up to do some standing for those who'd like to do a little bit of standing. It's so good to kind of stretch the organs and the diaphragm. But I think it would be great just to warm up the feet a little bit, just a little. So you can take a foot forward, doesn't matter which one, but give it a little paddle of the foot. Give a circle of the foot in space, change your direction. So change your direction several times if you can. So that's great for, you know, when we're walking on uneven surfaces to be able to change direction quickly. And then wiggle your toes. So give the toes a good move. Super, let's do that on the other side. I can feel that, so I can give them a little circulation. So paddle the foot, it'll warm up your calf. And circle the foot. Try not to circle your whole leg. So this would be the leg, not the foot. Make sure it's the foot. Change your direction several times. And then give a good wiggle of your toes. Wonderful. So I think we're ready to just do a really nice exercise, very simple. We're not going to do too many times, and you can modify, do it not at all or once. or 5 times with me of getting up and down out of the chair. But one way to give yourself an advantage is to check where are your feet in relation to your chair and your knees. So if my feet are directly, or my heels are directly under my knees, it's actually going to be quite hard to lurch forward. So I want to see if I can bring toes under knees a little bit more. And so the feet are a little bit more under the chair, just a little bit. And then if I lean forward, it's actually a little easier just to get up with that biomechanical advantage. So 5 times up and down for those who'd like to do it. I'm going to get up and hip hip hooray. I'm elongated. And then nice, beautiful. And then nice, slow release down. We've only got 4 more to do. How easy is that? Dig your heels in, coming up. And 3 more times, easy, light and easy. And 2 more times, if you can, light and easy. And 1 more time, and we're up and away. So now it's up to you to choose if you want to be standing or seated. We're going to do some movements and, adapt it to what you need to do. It's good if you can come behind the chair, but I probably won't stand completely behind the chair, just so that you can see what we're doing. So we'll take 1 foot back. Let's take the right foot back. And just begin to move a little bit back and forth, your weight back and forth in this nice asymmetrical position. Feel the joints of your toes, your ankles, your knees, they're all participating. Super. And then with the feet like not too close together, a little bit of space between them. Try to get your back heel down onto the floor. Now we bend into both legs a little, reach forward onto your chair and explore straightening out your legs as you hinge forward. You might, for example, place your elbows here onto the chair. It's up to you, but we're looking for a nice level back that you could place a teacup on. And you can have this shorter or wider stance. As you start to explore, feeling perhaps a little bit of stretch into the back of the legs. And we'll count out these lovely calming, full conscious breaths. 3 really full deep breaths. Feeling the ribs move, the belly move. Good. Bend into the legs. Give it a little push off, coming up. And then checking in your balance here. Can you stand with the 2 straight legs? You can always hold on with 1 hand, or maybe you're bringing both arms all the way up. Let's bring the hands back down to the chair. Keep the right hand down and take the left arm all the way up and back to where you can into a gentle twist. If you want to lean a little forward, you could do that. But take it easy. So there's no perfect form here. You're experiencing you with a little balance challenge, breathing, and a twist. Settle in. Feel your body. Super. Let's bring that all the way back into center. Step up. And then walk the feet back as far as you can to come into a downward dog at the chair. So options are holding the top of the chair, the seat of the chair, or some of you, maybe you like downward dog on the floor if you feel like it, but please don't do that if it doesn't feel the right choice for you. So any of those options. Try to feel the width across your bottom. So you really get a nice stretch to your base, your first chakra, openness, space, flexibility. And then breath. Super. Bend into your legs all the way forwards. Lift up your heels, nice little stretch. Lift the chest. And heels slide down. All right, so we're going to do that sequence on the other side. So there's a bit of asymmetry. So step the left foot back, the other foot, whichever you did on the other side, you're doing the opposite. And just shift the weight a little forward and back. You're getting into the joints of the leg, your foot, your ankle joint, your toes, your knees, your hip joint. And then we'll settle into, this is called pyramid pose, because the legs, if you like, are a bit like a pyramid. So feet are now flat on the floor. You can begin with straight legs, reach it a little forwards, and you can put elbows on to the chair here or hands onto the seat and start to straighten your legs. So you might, as soon as I say straighten your legs, feel that, oh, there's a little stretch into the back line of your legs, maybe back up the knee. And then find your breath and the feeling of your stretch. All complete conscious breaths. And then we'll put the hands onto the chair, but keep the left hand down and begin to lift up your right arm and coming into a twist here. Maybe your arm is lifted. If that's too much, you can have the hand onto your back. Just find an interesting shape for yourself. It just pushes you a little, but doesn't cause you to lose your breathing. Fullness of the breath. Super, bring back arm back to center. Both hands are down. Step it forwards. Lift up your heels, lift up and we're in an upward dog. Lift your chest, your heart, your chin. And heels slide down. Walk your feet back and we're moving into a downward dog. So again, hands onto the chair, the seat, or if you like, onto the floor if you're comfortable doing that. And it doesn't really matter which option you take here. It's the form that you're in, that you don't have a rounded back, but you're foldable at your hip joint, your hip crease. And that'll give you some width across your seat. And breath. Expand into the legs. We're going to walk it back to the chair, coming all the way up and into mountain pose. So in your mountain pose, get a sense maybe of where your ears are in relation to your shoulders. Do you think that your earlobes are dangling over your shoulders? Or is your head jutting forward? See if you can find that nice mountain alignment. Great. Now you can use a hand holding onto the chair or no hands, up to you. But we're going to take the right arm all the way up and move into a side bend stretch, coming to the left. Feel your breath. Push the feet into the earth to bring you back up and down. And we'll do the same on the other side. So left arm up. Lean a little across to the right. Do you feel the stretch? Reach your fingers out into space. See if that gives a little extra bonus feel all the way down the side of the body. Nice, and we'll bring that all the way back down. So we'll take that side stretch into triangle pose. So for this one, you need to be behind your chair and take the feet a little wider. So feet are a little wider. And we'll turn the feet out towards the right. So you're pivoting on the heels, so your feet point out toward the right. Now you probably need to hold on to the chair with your right hand, and we'll make a loop, a little scoop up and around with the left hand, and then let it float down. And I'm going to add a little bit of leg action to this, bending the legs, scooping the arm up as I straighten the legs a little. I'll try that again. Down we go, bend into the legs, push the ground away as you start to scoop the arm up. We'll try that one more time. It's just a way to get the legs grounded, so the power's coming through the legs. Push the ground away, scoop the arm up, and then if you want to, you can start to lean a little bit into that side. Check your balance. So you can hold the chair. For those who really want to challenge balance, you can just hold on to your leg. It's up to you. Most important, do you feel those ribs are moving and breathing? Do you feel the air go in and out of your nose? Can your fingers stretch a little bit more out into space, as if you're reaching for something? Start to take the little bend into the legs as you bring the arm all the way back and up and over. And just give yourself a little shake and a shimmy, because we're going to do that on the other side. It would be wrong if we didn't. So I can kind of shift out a little with the chair on the other side. And you may use the chair or not use the chair. So we have our gentle straddle. And we'll turn out the feet. So I'm pivoting on the heels, so the forefoot turns to the left. And then maybe just move a little, bend a little, wiggle a bit. Just get yourself oriented onto the tops of your legs. So we want nice balance there. And then with that little bend into the legs, and you can hold on to the chair with your left hand if you want to feel steady. Take a little bend into the legs and scoot the right arm all the way up as you straighten through the legs. Release that all the way down. Bend into the legs. Inhale, reaching it up as you stretch the legs. Exhale, bringing the arm down. Bend to the legs, ground your energy, and push it all the way up until you're in that nice triangle shape. If you want to lean a little more across, you can do that. Make sure you feel steady. Checking your own balance. And reaching the fingers out into space. Feel that pull all the way your skin, your abdominal muscles. And then use the breath as the tool to calm and connect, to strengthen and to tone. And to open. Feel the feet on the earth. Take a little bend to the legs. Push the ground away to bring yourself all the way back. Oh, that feels great. Let's bring the legs closer together now, and we'll do one last little stretch here, standing for those who want to stand. If you want to sit, you can do this stretch with 2 chairs. So if I have 2 chairs, I could be seated in one chair and stretching onto the other chair, because that's where we're going to come. But we'll take a wider straddle. So a little bit of a wider straddle. Let's do it at an angle, then you can see. So a wider straddle. And then folding here, and the more I fold here, the wider my sit bones go. And then I can reach forward and maybe rest the forearms onto the chair. So some of the things you might be feeling and exploring are the opening out at the backs of the legs, the backs of the knees. I like to think of an eye opening wide, or a big sunshine at the back of the knee. So an eye or a sun at the back of the knee, opening. The feel of the breath. You can release the muscles of the neck a little bit. The breath coming in through the nose. Hearing the sound of your breath. One more nice full conscious breath. And then we can feel the hands to the chair. Bring ourselves back up. Push the ground away, stretch it all the way up. And interlace the fingers, pointer fingers up, our little mudra, power mudra here, bend to the legs and circle out a little in your upper body. If that's too much with the arms overhead, you can just put the hands to the ribs and circle. So do what's right for you. Change your direction. Oh, getting those abdominals nice and stretched, the diaphragm that's in the center there, free and open. Super. Bring the arms all the way down. Give everything a shake out. And we're ready to sit down and do some of our relaxing stretches. So maybe some of you, wow, that's what I've been waiting for. And some of you like, oh, I feel good to open the body a little bit with the breathing area. So we're going to need a strap. And yeah, we'll just take a nice roll out there of the shoulders. Feels good. And if you have your strap, we'll take the strap and just explore a little stretching here. So if it's too much to take your arms super high, I'm doing this with the arm a little bit lower and pulling with the arm behind me. So getting a stretch to the back of the shoulder. And then if you want a little higher, you can stretch it a little higher. And to the other side. Great. And then bringing that all the way down. And we're going to catch a fish. No, it's your right foot we're going to catch. And to give a little stretch out of the leg. And while you're doing this, just relax your shoulders. Take the strap into your right hand, open out that leg, and open out your left arm. Turn your head to look at the fingers. Let's find our relaxing breath. Full deep inhale. Full exhale. Let's bring the foot and the hand towards each other. Crisscross and hold the strap in your left hand and take it over to the left. And let's experience our twist as we turn the body and the right hand back. And find your breath. Becoming fuller. Easy flow. And then coming back into center. Take the leg down and we'll do the same stretch onto the other side. So bringing the left foot. And it's very easy to create tension in the shoulders if we grip too firmly. So stay loose in your grip. You can even rock the shoulders just to remind yourself. You don't have to squeeze too tightly. Yeah. And then use your breath as a tool to focus, to feel. And take your leg out to the side with a nice stretch into the inner thigh. And we'll feel that stretch across the diagonal as we reach out the right hand, turn the head, look at the fingers. And the breath is the tool to release, to be present. Let's bring the hand and the leg back to meet and cross the leg over, holding the strap with the opposite hand, and take our full twist here. Turning the whole of the spine, the head. And each breath massaging your center. Let's bring that all the way back. We can take the strap away. Take the feet a little wider. And find one of those nice scoopy circles. Let's just finish with a little relaxing experience for the shoulders and for the neck as we tune into our breathing. So sitting up nice and tall, and if you need any extra little support behind the back, you can always take that if it's, you know, a little too tiring. Hands can rest onto the lap. And we'll take a breath in and let the chin lift. With a breath out, the chin lower. And again, the breath in, the chin lifts. And the chin lowers. One more time, chin lift. And chin lowers. Bring the chin into neutral, and we'll turn the head to the right. And then gently turn the head to the left. Bring the head back to center. Now we'll take the right arm out to the side and then across the body and hug at the very top of the shoulder. Now turn your head toward that shoulder. Pull in the shoulder a little towards you. Feel a nice little stretch in there. Breathing into it. Excellent. Bring that down. We'll do the same on the other side. So reach out the left arm, sweep it across your body, hook your right arm under, hug in the shoulder, and then turn your head to look over that shoulder while you draw, press the arm in toward your chest. Now we breathe. Every breath cleansing, soothing, calming. We'll bring that down, and then we'll take the right ear toward the right shoulder. You can place the right hand gently onto the head. Give a very gentle press down, but resist your head into your hand. Push your head back into your hand. I'm going to push the head back up with my fingers, so lazy. There's no muscles like in shock there. And then taking the left ear to the left shoulder and very, very lightly press your left fingers down, but push your head into the fingers. So there's a dual action. Feeling the muscles of the neck. And we'll push the head back up into center and place the two hands, one on top of each other, onto the neck muscles. Give a gentle squeeze of the neck muscles while you nod your head yes. And we can give ourselves some positive vibes with the word yes. Yes to all of your possibilities, your potential today on this beautiful day. We can let that go and give a little shake out of the arms. And then wrap your arms around yourself and give yourself a huge hug. Twisting, twisting, twisting. Centering yourself, and as you're peeling off a sweater on a warm day, breathe in and let the elbows rise, opening out. And we can do that again. Crisscross the arms the other way around. Take a breath in, peel off the sweater, elbows rise, open that all the way around. And then feel your life force. Open and close the fingers. It's a beautiful day. Are you ready for it? I hope you're ready for it. Having moved a little, stretched a little, and experienced your wonderful body, bringing the hands to the heart and saying namaste and thank you for joining me today. Hope you feel well and nourished in your movement, and namaste, everyone.